Parallel universes aren't only a plot technique in a good science fiction novel, there is a likelihood it may be just more than what we see in movies. Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Before we proceed with this video, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kindly click on the notification bell to get updates on our exciting content. Some scientific theories currently suggest that there are other universes to our own. Meanwhile, the multiverse theory continues to be one of science's most divisive concepts, according to many experts. The vastness of our universe is incomprehensible. Several billion, if not trillions of galaxies swirl across space at breakneck speed, each holding billions or trillions of stars. Some physicists studying cosmos models believe the universe's circumference could be 7 billion light-years across. Others believe it will continue indefinitely. Is this, however, the end of the story? Could parallel worlds really be in existence? Join us today as we explore the possibilities of the existence of parallel worlds. In science fiction, the concept of a parallel world and the potential that we are living one of an infinite number of lifetimes is prevalent. Multiverses, on the other hand, aren't just for Spider-Man, Star Trek, and Doctor Who. True scientific theory investigates and, in some situations, supports the notion of parallel or other worlds mirroring our own. Parallel worlds and multiverses are commonly addressed with other important scientific concepts such as the Big Bang, string theory, and quantum mechanics. Everything we know existed as a small singularity approximately 13.7 billion years ago. For a scrap of 1 second, the universe expanded faster than the speed of light in all directions, as predicted by the Big Bang hypothesis. The universe expanded to 1,026 times its original size in less than 10 to 32 seconds, a process known as cosmic inflation. And that's before the Big Bang, the actual expansion of matter caused by all of this inflation. As inflation slowed, a flood of matter and radiation rushed into the universe, resulting in the classic Big Bang dynamo and the molecules, atoms, stars, and galaxies that currently populate the vastness of space that surrounds us. Because of the perplexing processes of inflation and the Big Bang, some scientists feel that several universes are plausible, if not highly likely. As documented by Tufts University theoretical physicist Alexander Vilenkin, inflation did not come to an end everywhere at the same moment. While cosmic inflation pinnacled around 13.8 billion years ago for everything visible on Earth, it continues in other parts of the universe. This is referred to as the everlasting inflation theory. Vilenkin wrote for Scientific American in 2011 about how when inflation in one area stops, a new bubble world forms. Those bubble universes are unable to converse with one another since they continue to expand indefinitely. We'd never get to the edge of our bubble where it might crash with the next bubble universe over because the edge is moving away from us faster than the speed of light and faster than we could ever go. Even if mankind reaches the next bubble, continuing inflation, together with string theory, predicts that our known universe with its physical constants and habitable conditions will be significantly different from the hypothetical bubble universe next to ours. This view of the cosmos, or multiverse, Vilenkin noted, explains the long-standing conundrum of why nature's constants appear to be fine-tuned for the creation of life. The explanation is that sentient observers exist only in those few bubbles where the constants are just right for life to arise. The rest of the multiverse remains a wasteland, but no one seems to notice. According to Vilenkin's explanation, additional sentient observers could exist in some of the infinite bubble worlds beyond our own. But we're getting further away from them with each passing second, and we'll never meet. According to some academics, parallel universes are founded on quantum physics, the mathematical description of subatomic particles. In quantum mechanics, several states of existence for minuscule particles are all possible at the same time, and a wave function contains all of them. When we look closely, though, we only see one of the choices. As reported by the Copenhagen Interpretation of Quantum Mechanics in the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, we notice an effect when the wave function collapses into a single reality. According to the many worlds hypothesis, for every observed condition or effect, another world exists in which a different quantum outcome becomes a reality. This is actually a branching arrangement in which our observable universe branches into nearly endless possibilities, one after the other. Because those parallel worlds are completely separate and unable to clash, you'd never notice that there are numerous versions of you living lives that are somewhat or significantly different from your existence in this reality. The many worlds theory, according to physicist Sean Carroll in his book Something Deeply Hidden: Quantum Worlds and the Emergence of Space-Time, is the most courageous response to the quantum physics conundrum. Dutton, 2019. He also asserted that despite its limitations, it is the most straightforward theory. One of these faults is that the concept of many worlds is impossible to test. This is an important part of scientific thought, since it is how the scientific community generates hypotheses that can be tested through experimentation and observation. Science journalist John Horgan said in a blog post for Scientific American that if there is no way to create proof against a theory, it is bad for science as a whole. Some physicists believe in a flatter form of multiple worlds. That is, if the universe we live in continues endlessly. Matter's building blocks can only organize themselves in so many distinct ways as they assemble across boundless space. An infinite number of particle types must eventually reproduce a specified pattern. Such particles should theoretically be able to replicate arrangements as massive as entire solar systems and galaxies in a vast enough region. As a result, your entire existence, down to what you ate for breakfast yesterday, could be recreated somewhere in the universe. At least, that's the theory. According to astronomer Ethan Siegel's 2015 Medium blog, if the universe began at a specific point in time, as nearly every physicist believes, an alternate version of you is unlikely to exist. According to Siegel, the number of conceivable outcomes from particles in any universe interacting with one another expands to infinity faster than the number of potential universes increases due to inflation. How does this impact you? Siegel penned an article. It represents the fact that it is up to you to make this universe valuable. It was hypothesized by researchers from the Perimeter Institute for Theoretical Physics in Waterloo, Ontario, that the universe kicked off with the Big Bang, and that an alternate universe existed on the other side of the Big Bang timeline, stretching backward in time that was a perfect mirror image of our own. We're saying that the world before the bang is, in some ways, an image of the cosmos after the explosion, Perimeter Institute researcher Neil Turok told Space.com's sister site Live Science. Everything, including protons and electrons, would be reversed, and even actions such as cracking an egg would be reversed. Atoms would be formed from antiprotons and positively charged electrons, and eggs would uncrack and return to chickens. That universe would eventually contract, most likely to a singularity, before expanding into our own. To put it in a different way, both worlds were created at the Big Bang and shot back and forth in time at the same time. Parallel universes and the multiverse have been mentioned in a variety of mythological and fictional works. Overlapping realms emerge in Norse mythology, as well as Buddhist and Hindu cosmology. The idea of several universes clashing originally appeared in literature in Edwin A. Abbott's book, Flatland, A Romance of Many Dimensions, and it can still be seen in modern films such as Marvel's 2016 Doctor Strange. As documented by the New York Public Library, at least one entire genre of Japanese graphic novels, known as isekai, deals with protagonists who have been transported to different realms. Almost every Star Trek series has a mirror world, and the 2009 reboot film starring Zachary Quinto and Chris Pine plunged the subsequent Star Trek films into an entirely new timeline that purposely diverges from the original. And comic novels, as well as their film adaptations, go into considerable detail into the concept of parallel worlds. Recent Marvel Comics narratives, both film and print, DC's Flashpoint narrative, and 2018's Into the Spider-Verse all explore several universes and their interactions. That's it on the parallel worlds. What are your thoughts? Do you also think parallel worlds exist, or is it another award-winning tale for the screen? Let us know what you believe in the comment section below. If this video was insightful for you, then go ahead and like it. Please kindly subscribe to our channel and click on the bell button for more of our updates.